How's it going, everyone? College Lefty, and in this video I'm going to be introducing the brand new content involved with the Signature Series pack. I'm going to have some Ranked Seasons gameplay. I'm also going to have some viewer game highlights from the Twitch live stream. To start with, this 96 overall Ian Kinsler is now included in the base tier Signature Series pack. You are able to buy another one for 40,000 stubs. And in the mid-tier pack, we see this 98 overall Ryan Braun. Definitely some good options all around. The Kinsler was a solid player at second base if you don't have Joe Morgan or Roberto Alomar. This is a solid player if you don't have, let's say, Ricky Henderson or Kenny Lofton or Ichiro, some guys like that I see in left field. In 99 overall, Al Kaline for the Detroit Tigers will be included in the rare tier pack, along with Kenley Jansen, Ryan Sandberg, and Gary Carter. This guy is definitely a solid option in right field. A little bit lower in speed, but his fielding stats will make up for him out there in right field. He'll get some good jumps. He'll field every ball really well if you don't have some other guys like Tony Gwynn or something like that. But now I'm going to get into a Ranked Seasons game. This opponent definitely has a good squad in all 99 overalls, and Michael Young at shortstop at 96 overall. He also has Clayton Kershaw on the mound, his number 2 pitcher, because that's who Nolan Ryan is my number 2 pitcher, and every time you match up with somebody else, you go against their same pitcher in their rotation that you have in your rotation, if that makes sense. So we will see a Nolan Ryan versus Kershaw matchup, which is more rare than, let's say, a Nolan versus Nolan or a Kershaw versus Kershaw. But in the first inning, I was able to get something going with Frank Thomas at the plate, unable to capitalize and score a run there. George Brett hits one to center field. Facing Tony Gwynn here, and 2 outs already in the inning. I was able to get the out. I noticed this opponent was more on the fastball than on the off-speed pitches early on in this game, so I wanted to primarily throw the 12-6 curveball and the changeup. Here he got his first hit with Roberto Alomar off of Nolan Ryan. I was unable to make the play after he did get hit in the leg there, but Tony Gwynn up to the plate now. Third inning, line one to center field, but he does have Willie Mays out there in center field. He's going to be able to track down everything out there. I have to hit the ball over his head, over the fence, or into the gap. That's for sure double rather than one of those slicing away from Willie Mays. He's always going to get to those ones. But so far I was able to hold the opponent off the board. Ichiro is going to make this catch on Frank Thomas. But bottom of the 6th inning now, fast forward a little bit, we have Roberto Alomar up. I squared this one up. Good. It wasn't good squared up necessarily, but I definitely got on the barrel of the bat. Willie Mays tracks it down, running into the fence there. And that's just the way I was playing this game. I mean, couldn't get anything going. Squared this one up with Frank Thomas. Also sent out to the warning track. I didn't think it was going to be going out because of his animation there. He just kind of camped under it. And Willie Mays makes that play. But 2 outs in the 6th inning. 4 hits apiece so far. He throws a hanging curveball. I power swung on that one with George Brett. And that's going to be a no-doubter. Lefty, the first home run I've hit with George Brett off of a lefty. Definitely a good card all around. Lowered his batting average a little bit, playing some viewer games. But this Ranked Seasons game, he's definitely getting the job done. Now we have Cal Ripken Jr. up. I recently made a debut video with him. I was unable to hit a home run, but there is going to be the first home run from Cal Ripken Jr. in Ranked Seasons right there off of Clayton Kershaw. Definitely a line drive home run on a fastball. Very next inning, Ricky Henderson is going to do a bat flip. He sends that one out to right center field. That's going to be into the statues out there in the batter's eye. And the opponent went ahead and quit out of this one. So let's go ahead and hop into some viewer games. These are going to be some highlights from the Twitch live stream. I will have the link to that posted in the description down below. I will also post in the comment section down below the link to the Twitch live stream and pin that. I just want to give you guys the best chance to play me in viewer games. I use a random generator to select the games after I enter a keyword and everything, similar to how people give away items on their stream or whatever the case is. But you guys always give me really good games, and it's really good competition. Shortened 3-inning games is also really good practice. I mean, if the opponent goes up early on like they usually do against me in these viewer games, then I have a chance to come back. I play as the away team and as the home team, just mixing it up a little bit. It's just great practice all around. I was able to hit another no-doubter with Cal Ripken off of the lefty. This opponent had more of a budget team. I mean, going up against all people that support the channel, it's always really fun no matter what, win or lose. It's just a friendly competition, if that makes sense. And I seem to usually lose these games. I mean, you guys are really good whenever we play. And it seems like you guys have really good games against me as well. Know exactly where I'm going to pitch, know exactly what I'm trying to do at the plate, and just seem to have the advantage and the upper hand on me in these viewer games. But I was able to use Kenley Jansen and use my bullpen in this one. Billy Wagner Dennis Eckersley. I like doing this when I'm trying to try out a specific pitcher or a specific card. For these viewer games, I was focusing on trying out the 94 overall Travis Hafner. I did have him in the starting lineup. However, I wasn't able to get like hardly any highlights with that card. I struck out a lot with him. I was facing a lot of lefties, and I left him in to face the lefties. I was trying to see how he would be against the lefty, but I think that card's more of a bench bat. I mean, especially if you have Frank Thomas. Here we're getting into the next viewer game against opponent called game, and he is also a really good player. Just tremendous support from the viewer game live streams recently, and I really enjoy playing these games for you guys. But I was trying out that Hafner, wasn't really getting anything done for me, and Frank Thomas seemed to be the one that was killing me in this stream. So it's probably a sign that I should have just left Frank Thomas in. But I did want to at least try that card out, and with all these new Signature Series cards being implemented into this 40,000 stub pack, it's really making the market crash. So I want to try as many of these cards out that come out as possible, the ones that are especially cheap, and it just didn't work out for me in this gameplay. But Cal Ripken Jr. has been one of my better hitters since picking him up, and I really do like this card a lot. I used him in years past in MLB The Show, but I think Game was trying to throw me out at third base there. He's trying to get me to go to third and throw me out with Willie Mays. His first couple times using him, he just recently did the collections. Anyway, George Brett has a chance to score this run, hits one to left field. Unfortunate, but right to him. I just wasn't really hitting the ball all that great in this stream. Slightly off of it, and we end up popping this one up with Tony Gwynn. That's gonna do it for that game. Lost that one 2-0. GG's all around. Good game from Game there. Now we're going up against Jacob, who is a 12-0 player. He's a Blue Jays fan. Very good opponent, and played him in last year's game a couple times. We actually matched up in the event as well as some viewer games. But in this one, he is going up early in this game, 2-0. Frank Thomas once again cashing in a couple runs up the middle there. But trying to get something going with 2 outs. I have Ichiro up. Going to shoot that one into the gap. Probably the best hit of the entire live stream so far. Maybe Cal Ripken Jr.'s no doubter was a little bit better, but I do have a chance to tie this game up. Lou Brock is going to send that forkball out into right field. That was a hanging pitch. I took advantage, and I didn't miss a mistake pitch there, which for the most part, I was missing those pitches. I wasn't locked in at the plate. I wasn't able to consistently square the ball up, and Jacob was definitely taking some pitches. He wore down the bullpen. I had nobody left in the bullpen except for Goose Gossage. I had to throw that pitch right there, the slurve inside. It was the go-to pitch, and he hit it out, walked that game off. We'll get into the next one. This is the one at-bat that I do have with Travis Hafner included in this one. I just missed that one. I felt like I squared it up all right. I was just slightly under it, and that seemed to be the case. I mean, I was chasing some pitches below the zone with that Travis Hafner. That probably didn't help that much either, but just slightly off the ball in general today, and that's just the way it goes sometimes. But we are in a situation of the bottom of the 3rd inning. He does have the game-winning run at second base with 90 speed in Ichiro, and that almost won the game there. That was a nice foul ball. I thought it was going to get down for a blue pit to win it. Tony Gwynn ended up knocking a base hit anyway, and he didn't end up going home. I thought he was going to be able to score on the base hit from Gwynn. He stayed at third base, didn't really matter. He capitalized with Frank Thomas in that one. In the next game, I'm going up against Yankee Fan, who's a big-time supporter of the stream as well. I've played him a few times before, and there he's going to send one out with Frank Thomas on a no-doubter. I hung that curveball over the middle of the plate. That is completely my fault. I don't even think that ball has landed yet. So down a run, and Cal Ripken Jr. is going to shoot this one down the line off of Oral Hershiser, sinker low and away. I went the other way with that one pretty well. I did hit that one pretty decent, but I have to continue to square the ball up in this inning if I want to make a comeback. But George Brett is up at the plate. I thought for sure that this ball was getting down off the bat. I thought I hit it a lot better than that, and Duke Snyder tracks it down. I got doubled up. So definitely a bonehead move there. Chance to kind of come back in the game, maybe take the lead even with the home run. And that's exactly what the opponent's going to do right here. Yankee Fan's hitting a solo shot. He's going to switch the game all the way around. I mean, I had a chance. I have a nice base runner on to start that last inning off. And swing of events there. I mean, he hits one out. I was unable to come back in this game. But GG's to Yankee Fan. That was a good game. I definitely had a chance to come back in that one. Was unable to capitalize at the last out. But later on in this one, in the next game, going up against Narwhal, he is a good opponent as well. We couldn't really get anything going at the plate for either side for us in the top of the 4th inning on a 3-0 count. I was able to launch one out with George Brett there. That's going to be a solo shot. And that was probably the best hit so far. And that finally got something going for me at the plate. Another no-doubter from Pablo Sanchez. That's going to be a nice insurance run. Putting it to the bottom of the 4th inning right here. Norwell has his heart of his lineup up in Roberto Alomar to start the inning. George Brett makes one heck of a diving catch there. I don't even know how that wasn't a double down the line. But definitely a nice play from George Brett. Probably the best defensive play I've seen from any third baseman in this year's game, or at least the best play I've made. I was able to get this dub in this one. Definitely some good games from the viewers. I got smacked a little bit, and it is what it is. I was luckily able to win the game of ranked seasons that I played. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. I'm College Lefty, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.